Alright guys, welcome back to the garage. If you guys have been subscribed to my channel for a while, you know that about 6 months ago or so, how long has it been? April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So we're just over the 6-month mark. So back in April, I did the garage floors here in my house, and I used the RockSolid coating from Rust-Oleum, and I did a video on it, and apparently that kind of stuff is just super popular because it's at over 200,000 views now. And I got a lot of subscribers based on that video and a lot of questions. So I'm here today making this video to try and answer some of those questions, plus give a 6-month review on how this stuff's holding up and whether or not I recommend it. So first off, basically, as you can see, I've got the garage cleaned out about as much. This is as much of the garage I'm gonna get cleaned out to make this video. So I've got this section to work with. I got my S10 sitting over here on this side, toolbox over there covering up a lot of the floor, but we'll use this section right here to do the review because it has seen the most wear and tear as I've been building this truck next to me. First off, we'll just go over some of the questions that I get on a regular basis, and then I'll show you guys the actual condition of the floor and go over any problems that I've came across with it, and just kind of give you my overall review. So when I originally made that video, I never made that video with the intent to be a how-to video and show you how to do garage floor coatings yourself. It was just basically me documenting me doing my floor coating. Like, I'm not a professional. I basically watched YouTube videos on how to do it before I did it, and I just figured, hey, I got a YouTube channel, let's film me remodeling my garage. So after I made that video, there was a lot of comments on there of, you know, you're doing it wrong, you should have done it this way, it will never last, this, that, and the other. And you know what, it seems to be working just fine. But with that being said, if you watch my video and it doesn't last for you, I'm sorry. I'm not a professional. I'm just doing it the way I saw it on my videos. How much to use? So like I said, I put this on about twice as thick as the recommended coverage on the box. So a 2.5 car garage kit says that it covers between 400 and 500 square feet. So in my garage is about 540 square feet. So as you can see, I used about twice as much as they recommended. I bought 3 kits and I used 2.5 of them. So I basically used a whole kit for this section over here, a whole kit for this section over here, and then over against that side there's like a little walkway, a little step area that I used half of the other kit on. And I really recommend that you do use more than less, because my results have been great so far. It's on nice and thick, it's not gonna wear off, it's not gonna chip up, at least it hasn't yet. What to do for prep. So what I did was I degreased the floor, I let it dry, and then I used the acid prep that came with the kit. Now there's a lot of controversy and a lot of people that will argue with you and say that you have to grind it. The acid prep doesn't work, stuff like that. But so far it's worked for me. Now if you have broken concrete or chipping concrete, you gotta chip that out, get to a good solid foundation, and then patch it. You don't wanna put the stuff over, you know, grease stains or oil stains, stuff like that, or chipping concrete, because it's just gonna come up. So I was fortunate enough, my garage floor was already really clean. The person before me must not have used the garage a whole lot. So there was no stains. I just degreased it, washed it, dried, acid etched, dried, and then applied. You have to use a clear coat. Now I don't know if you have to, but I didn't. I don't think it's required. You might get a little bit more of UV protection with a clear coat. The reason I didn't do a clear coat is because this floor is already slippery enough, and I didn't want to add to that because right now without the clear coat, the little flakes give it a little bit of a grip. I didn't want it to be super smooth, and there is a traction additive that you can add to it, which I didn't. I probably would have looking back because this is super slick. Any kind of water or oil or any kind of liquid on this, it gets super slippery. But like I said, you can do the clear coat if you're looking for that really super glossy finish, but after I laid this down and saw the results, it was good enough for me. It's still super glossy even without the clear coat, but that's just personal preference, I think. Now, like I said, I'm not a professional, I don't know. If you really want to know more, I would recommend contacting Rust-Oleum directly and asking them. You have to fix the cracks before, no, you don't have to, but they will show up if you paint over the cracks. My floor wasn't super cracked. The only place that there was any cracking was up against the wall over here. And I knew that it was gonna get covered with all this stuff, so I didn't bother to patch it or anything like that. But yeah, it will show the cracks. It's not gonna fill it in and get rid of the cracks. You will see them if you paint over the cracks. So if you want it to look good and nice and smooth, I recommend using a crack filler or some sort of material like that to fill the cracks in first. Where can I buy this? So you can buy this at any of the big box home improvement stores, Lowe's, Home Depot. You can even buy it at Ace Hardware. You can buy it online, on Amazon. I think I just saw it on Amazon on sale for like $164, something like that, a box, where it's normally $215. So your best bet would be Amazon. But like I said, you can get it at any of the big box hardware stores. I've seen on other videos where people have had the product shipped to them, and during shipping, the two-part epoxy bag breaks and it actually mixes during shipping and gets to you and it's rock hard and it's unusable, so they have to have more shipped to them. So you run that risk of having it shipped to you whether or not it's going to show up and be damaged. So I just went to Lowe's and bought mine, and I actually bought 4 boxes, and I took the 4th one back because I wasn't going to need it, and they took it back no problem. So that's kind of nice about buying it locally at a store, is if you do buy too much and you need to take it back, it's a little bit easier. Although Amazon is pretty easy to return to also. The working time. So basically from the time you mix it to the time you have to be done spreading it out is about 45 minutes to an hour. That may seem like a lot of time, but once you get going, you realize you got to start hustling. You can get about halfway through and you're like, oh shit. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this, that you have about 45 minutes to an hour to spread that stuff out. So I get asked all the time, how does it hold up to floor jacks? And as you can see, I'm sliding this thing around, and all it is doing is making these little tiny scratches. And if you buff it hard enough, they go away. So it does just give a light scratch to the surface, but after a while, it just kind of buffs away. Now you kind of can't really see it at all. So as you can see from previous times, there's a few light scratches here from the wheels. And with jack stands, you know, I use these jack stands all the time. You've seen in my previous videos. I also move this truck around all the time on these casters here, on these wheel dollies, and just leaves little tiny, if ever, little tiny scratches just like the jack, and they just buff off with your shoe. That entire truck I can wheel over here on those dollies and not damage the concrete, even where it goes across the expansion joints. And also this kind of goes with how does it hold up, is how does it hold up to chemicals? Basically, chemicals have no effect on it. I've spilled oil, I've spilled tranny fluid. As a matter of fact, there's a puddle of ATF under my S10 right now that's been there for about a week or 2 weeks. And before I moved the truck, it was over here for probably 3 weeks. Oils, chemicals, I've even spilled brake fluid on the floor and it didn't do anything to it. It didn't etch it, it didn't discolor it, it didn't do anything to it. So this stuff holds up extremely well to chemicals. I haven't found a single thing that has made any kind of damage to the floor yet. All right, so what would I do differently? I don't think I would do anything differently. If I had to nitpick, probably the one thing that I would do differently is I would do the entire garage floor at one time. I did sections, if you check the video, in the video I only did this section over here and then I did the rest later on. The only problem that caused is the color from this side is a little bit different than the color from this side. You probably wouldn't be able to tell unless I pointed it out and showed you, and once you know, you notice it. Other than that, honestly, I love this stuff. I 100% recommend it to anyone that asks me. There are other options. You can do an actual epoxy coating. There's tons of different options that you can do for a garage coating, but this seemed to be the easiest. There was a lot of videos online about it, and surprisingly there was a lot of videos bashing this product, saying that it didn't work, you know, it peeled up, it didn't last, it was just terrible. But I noticed one thing in common about all those videos is they didn't have a good surface to start with. Other than that, I'm super happy with the product, super happy with the results. I would give it a 10 out of 10 recommendation, but with the caveat of you've got to do your prep work and you've got to apply it thicker than recommended. Some people have said that I put it on too thick, and some people say that I didn't prep it right. But here is the lasting effect, and I'll give you some close-ups of the floor. The only other complaint that I have with this floor, and it may seem silly, is it's almost too hard to tell when it's dirty. I mean, I don't know how it looks on camera right now, but it probably looks fairly clean. But if you look really close, this floor's filthy. There's oil stains. I wouldn't say stains. There's oil and grease spilled up there. There's some more grease over here, and you almost can't tell when it's dirty. Like, you get a light dust on it and you can't tell. So it looks clean, but it's dirty. I don't know if that makes any sense, but but one of the things that I love about the floor, and these may be contradicting, but I love how easy the floor is to clean. So like I said, there's some grease up here that's kind of smashed into the floor. All you got to do is take a rag and some brake clean and wipe it up and you're good to go. I mean, it doesn't take any kind of scrubbing or anything like that. It's super durable, it's easy to clean. It's hard to tell when it's dirty, but it's easy to clean, and it just looks awesome. It's probably the #1 thing I get commented on in videos and in pictures, and when my friends come over and stuff, that they love the garage floor and they want to do it themselves. All right guys, well hopefully that answered all of you guys' questions and helped you guys make a choice on whether or not this product's right for you. Like I said, it all depends on the prep and the way you apply it. For me, I love this stuff. I'm probably gonna do it in every garage that I have from here on out and recommend it to all of my friends. So, but yeah, if you guys are new, just finding this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and ring that bell so that you can be notified every time that I make a video. And for the guys that are here for the S10, a video will be coming out for that soon. I got to pull the transmission back out of it and see why it keeps leaking tranny fluids. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you on the next one.